If decisions feel overwhelming and you're afraid choosing wrong will make everything harder, you're not imagining it. Together, we'll explore why ADHD women get stuck here and what actually helps you move forward with more confidence. If you're an ADHD woman, you already know that decision making can feel like a full body experience, even the small decisions. What to work on today, what to eat, which task to start can feel heavy or emotionally loaded. And the tough part? People around us often assume the solution is simple. Just decide, just pick, just trust yourself. But if it were that simple, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be wrestling with decisions that logically shouldn't feel this hard and yet absolutely do. Today, we're unpacking why ADHD women struggle so deeply with decision paralysis, what's happening in your brain and your nervous system, and how you can begin rebuilding self trust in a gentle, sustainable way. Let's start with the root. Most ADHD women aren't indecisive. They're carrying a lifetime of being misunderstood. Growing up in a neurotypical world, ADHD girls are corrected, redirected, micromanaged, or misunderstood constantly. It's rarely malicious, but it's constant enough to create a deep, often subconscious belief my instincts can't be trusted. Then, when a decision doesn't go well, the emotional impact feels heavier. It reinforces the exact belief your younger self learned. See, this is why I shouldn't trust myself. This creates a cycle where every decision, even tiny ones, carries the fear of choosing wrong, creating more work for yourself, disappointing someone, dealing with fallout, or proving the old story right. So I notice this in myself, especially when choosing YouTube topics every week. A part of me wants the video to land well immediately because waiting for growth is really hard for the ADHD brain. So I sit there thinking, what if I pick the wrong one and then I have hours of extra fixing or reworking to do? That isn't lack of discipline, it's old conditioning. And it's me not wanting to tire out myself and create more work for myself later. If this resonates, you're not alone and you're not broken. You were never taught to trust yourself. And that emotional conditioning is deeply connected to what your nervous system is doing in the moment you try to decide. It's not that you overthink necessarily, it's that your body thinks the decision is a threat. When ADHD women face a decision, the nervous system often shifts into protective patterns. It might be freeze, thoughts feel foggy or chaotic, nothing feels possible. Or shutdown, you might go numb and feel disconnected. Maybe fight or flight, where your emotions are flooding, you feel urgency, and perhaps you pick impulsively, like I do, just to escape the discomfort. These aren't character flaws, these are physiological states designed to keep you safe. A couple years ago, I signed up for a very expensive mentorship program. My entire body was saying no. I felt shaky, overwhelmed, almost panicky. I can still see myself standing at the registration table. But others in the group said they felt the same, and the leaders normalized this as just stepping outside of your comfort zone to be the digital CEO that you are. So I overrode my body's cues and ended up in $55,000 of debt. Not because I made a bad decision per se, but because I had learned, again, not to trust what my body was telling me, even though that's not true. Understanding your nervous system responses helps you make decisions from presence, not panic, and trust what your body is saying instead of overriding it like I did. So let's talk about what this actually feels like inside. If decision making feels like tightness in your chest or a jumble of nerves in your belly, you're not imagining it. Many ADHD women describe thoughts and feelings like, I'm afraid I'll screw everything up, or I don't want to regret this, or what if this is the wrong move and I can't fix it, or I'm worried people will be disappointed. Everything feels equally important. How could I possibly decide? And somatically, some women notice tension in their chest, fluttery nerves in their stomach, or heaviness or pressure, or an internal feeling of being jammed. Everyone is unique, but these experiences are extremely common. And these reactions don't mean you're incapable. They mean a part of you is trying to protect you from overwhelm, shame, or regret. And I want to share a story that shows how much can shift with the right support. So I once worked with a client who couldn't make any decision without asking someone else or multiple someone's first. This client had ADHD and also a complex trauma history, a combination I see often. She didn't just struggle with big decisions, even simple choices felt overwhelming. Her sessions sounded like, just tell me what to do, I can't trust myself. Over time, through radical acceptance of her ADHD, skill building that actually matched her brain, and trauma resolution, things changed. She went from shutdown, seeking out constant reassurance, fearing every outcome, to making decisions before sessions, coming in and telling me what she did and how she chose, and then trusting that she could handle whatever unfolded from that decision, maybe with a little support from me at times. This is what happens when self trust becomes possible again. And if you're not doing this yet, don't worry, you didn't miss your window to develop this skill. Your brain and body are capable of relearning safety. So the question is, how do you begin building that trust? Self trust grows when you can hear the parts of you that are afraid and lean in with curiosity instead of trying to push them away or silence them. So, ways that we can do that is number one, ADHD friendly mindfulness. So, instead of breath work or sitting still, which can be triggering when you're overwhelmed, start with external sensory mindfulness. So, maybe mindful toothbrushing, where you're noticing every tooth and the taste of the toothpaste and the texture of it. Maybe notice the water while washing the dishes, hear the sounds that the dishes make. Maybe paying attention to your surroundings as you walk or listening to the sounds. Perhaps even engaging your senses during simple daily tasks. These practices help you see what's happening inside without being swallowed by it. And it's an easy way to start practicing mindfulness that you're not required to just sit there and breathe, something that I hear is hard. Number two, when you face a decision, notice what shows up: emotions, sensations, thoughts, and then acknowledge it. I see that you're scared, if that's what the part is feeling. Validate it. Maybe, of course, you're worried. This makes sense. And really lean in with curiosity, asking what this part needs to feel safe enough to let you choose, to let you be in charge. Sometimes the part just needs acknowledgement and space for the feeling. Sometimes deeper work is needed, and that's okay. Number three, regulate before you decide. You cannot make a grounded decision from fight, flight, freeze, or shutdown. Nervous system regulation doesn't mean calm down. It means becoming present enough to choose. It means stepping out of those survival responses. This could be grounding your feet, a slow, full inhale and exhale. Sensory awareness, like you've heard me go through 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 before. Maybe looking around the room and noticing things. Essentially, just enough presence to access clarity. You don't need to eliminate fear to make decisions. You just need connection to yourself and to be grounded enough. So let's turn all of this into a simple, gentle reflection you can try today. So if you don't have one, grab a paper and a pen or journal and pen. You can pause this recording to do that. So once you've come back, self-trust grows one decision at a time, and reflection is where that growth begins. Take a decision you're facing right now or recently faced, and let's reflect on it. So, number one, what was your experience while making this decision? And you can pause this and write it down. What was your experience? And then next, how did you actually make the decision? What patterns showed up for you? Once you've done that, consider what thoughts, emotions, or body sensations appeared. And then which part of me was scared or overwhelmed or having other big feelings? What did that part need? And what did you do well, even 1% that you're not giving yourself credit for? Take some time to journal about it. This isn't about self critique, it's about witnessing yourself with compassion. You're not alone in this, and struggling less with decisions is completely possible. And if you love a deeper, guided way to connect with yourself, I've created something for you. It's called the Self Love Woman Way: How to Stop Playing Small with ADHD. It's a tangible physical journal book experience. It arrives in a branded keepsake box with thoughtfully chosen sensory items to support you as you move through the journal and the self love ritual inside. It's designed to help ADHD women slow down, reconnect with themselves, and stop shrinking to make others comfortable. You can explore it through the link below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take good care.